Historical Architectural Review Board meeting for December 2025. Please come to order. First on the agenda is the roll call. Do you have a sign-in sheet?
Yes.
Has everyone signed it?
Yes.
And you have a sign-in sheet for the applicants too, I guess?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Next is the approval for minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes and find any corrections that need to be made? Are there any corrections to be made, I should ask?
I don't see any corrections.
I'll move
Okay.
to approve the minutes.
Okay, second?
I'll second it.
Okay. I'll call the roll then. Olivia,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Gail,
Yes.
Lynn.
Yes.
Okay, minutes approved. There are no continued applications, so we didn't bother with that. So right on to the regular applications. First up is 1230 Linwood Avenue. Is the applicant present?
Yes, he's coming up.
Okay.
Have a seat.
Nicholas Durante?
Yes.
Oh, good. So this is porch roof and I guess the main roof.
No, just the porch roof, front porch roof,
Okay.
and the gutters.
Okay, and built-in gutters. So, I don't think there's any issue with the roofing system, is there? Does anyone have any issues? No?
Presently, the roof is, I've got the porch
The
roof. right?
front porch roof, yes.
Porch
Is
roof.
it has shingles on
It
it
has
now?
shingles on it currently, yes.
Okay, so you just want to take off the old asphalt shingles and put on new asphalt shingles?
Correct. On the roof part.
And to remove the built-in gutters and replace with exterior gutters.
Correct.
Is there any? Go ahead.
Yes, the building gutters have been a thorn in my side for 30 years. I repair them and they leak, I repair them and they leak. And, I've replaced all the other box gutters, building gutters, Yankee gutters, whatever you want to call them, in the house, and I've had no problems. This is the only problem I have is in the front of the house.
What is the gutter lined with now?
I believe it's aluminum.
Oh, okay. So the problem with box gutters, which I'm all too familiar with, is that the metal lining them and making them waterproof expands and contracts with changes in temperature. And some metals expand and contract more than others. That's called the coefficient of thermal expansion. So aluminum has a very high coefficient of thermal expansion. Copper has a coefficient less than half that of aluminum. And steel has a coefficient about half that of copper. So the problem with the expansion and contraction is when the metal expands, it buckles because it isn't really strong enough to resist the force of expansion. And let me just say, that is a tremendous force. So you can't really expect that metal to resist it. And so it buckles, and then when the temperature gets cold, the metal contracts, and the buckling straightens out. Buckle, straighten, buckle, straighten, buckle, straighten. And soon enough, the metal suffers from metal fatigue and cracks, and the gutter leaks. So the problem here is for long stretches. Now for copper gutters, the recommended, there was a book published in the 50s called Copper and Common Sense. in which the Revere Copper Company did extensive testing on copper gutters. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised if their conclusion was that the copper gutters need to be thicker to resist the expansion and contraction. But I'm not really sure that that is really a good solution. But the problem is when there's a long stretch, like maybe on the front of the building, where there are no downspouts, you have to have a continuous run of metal. And a long continuous run causes that problem. So you could put an extra downspout maybe in the middle somewhere if you don't have a run of more than about 14 feet. And in between the runs, you have to have an expansion joint, which allows the metal to expand and contract. And the wooden tray that the metal gutter is held in, the metal lining is held in, has to be made of something that allows the metal to move. So you can't, as they did in my house, nail it down every inch. That doesn't really help. So they are a problem, I admit. However, they are also sometimes a major feature of the architecture. So how many downspouts do you have on your porch today?
There's one right now. One on my side and one on the neighbor's side.
You say one on the neighbor's side?
Yes,
That's probably too long. It's a double house?
yes.
That's probably too far. So you might be able to repair that by putting in an extra downspout. Does the downspout, do I have a picture of this? Let me look, I forgot. Oh, yes.
There's a picture on the last page of the application.
Pardon me?
The picture of the house is on the last page of the application.
The last page, okay. That's probably the, well, there's another picture that shows both sides. Well, I don't know how far it is from the porch column next to the steps to the corner of the gutters. The corner of the gutter has to be higher and probably would be attached, or it could have an expansion joint. Could be attached to the gutter along the side. I guess there's a gutter along the side of the porch too. So you'd have to have probably two downspouts, and then you have to have a place to run them to. So I understand there were some other thoughts about this. Dale?
Is this your gutter here?
Yeah, my gutter's in this corner, yes.
Okay. Yeah, the box gutter, your neighbor has a box gutter also.
Correct.
Yeah, so it looks like it's pretty much the same.
Correct.
He capped his wood frame box gutter also.
It-
It's in aluminum.
Yes.
Does he have any leaking?
Yeah, oh yeah, we don't know where the leaking's coming from. And unfortunately, this neighbor doesn't want to do any work with me. I got a price to do both sides 4 years ago, and it was half of the price I'm gonna pay for mine right now. And he said he's not interested in doing any work, and he just passed away. So the neighbor is in, that whole house is in limbo right now.
Well, if you do put if you were to replace it with a box gutter, you want to have an expansion joint, I guess, at that point, where the two properties adjoin.
Are you experiencing any decay on the pillar?
The top, yes, the top is decaying right now. They said the pillar is good, but the top is, that's part of the proposal to replace that top part of the pillar. That's what brought this whole thing around, because I received not a citation, but fix this or it will be a citation. And I've been, like I said, I've been not arguing, but trying to discuss with this guy, and I'm at the point right now, I gotta fix mine, and, you know, if it still leaks, then he's gonna have to do something, or
Are you
whoever
gonna
the
do it
owner of the
yourself?
house is.
Are you gonna do it yourself?
Oh, no, I have Essential Exteriors doing it.
These are your two gutters here, right? I mean, two columns.
Yeah, and then this is the column that's
Yeah,
the
that's
top.
is that yours also?
Well, that's the common.
That's the common.
Yes.
These two columns look pretty good when I was
They,
out there.
yeah, they are good.
But the one in the middle is the one that's.
The one in the middle, the column itself is, they assured me that it's solid, there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is the top part is starting to rot. I tried fixing it myself because, like I said, they didn't want to do anything. And I tried fixing it about 2 years ago.
So you're talking about the top of the column?
The top of the
Or the
column.
box?
No, the top of the column, yeah.
Okay.
So how did you, repair it or try to repair it?
Well, I used, I can't remember if I used wood putty or if I used fiberglass Bondo to try to secure it up, to stop the water from getting in there, just because he was not interested in doing anything. And all I was trying to do was make it watertight.
So you were repairing the gutter lining.
No, not the gutter lining, the top of the pillar. The gutter lining, I had people out there and they said they couldn't see where it was leaking.
The top of the what did you say?
The top of the pillar in the middle, the common pillar.
Oh, the common pillar, okay. Well, I will say this, Bondo does not stick very well to, it has different properties entirely from wood. It's meant for auto repairs on metal. You could use it to repair the gutter, I guess, but I don't know. The gutter lining, I mean.
Could he
I
use
don't know.
could he use some type of epoxy to repair the column?
No, the columns, there's nothing wrong with the column itself. They're gonna jack the porch, take that rotted piece of wood out, put a new piece of wood in there. So that will be taken care of. And then I had the discussion with the neighbor, the woman's brother who lives there now. Her brother passed away, and I told her that I'm looking to get this done. And she says, well, if it still leaks, then I guess it's coming from our side. I said, yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, I looked at the whole street and, all the houses have box gutters.
Yeah, but
I never saw any,
But there's 12, and I've missed it, 1234 Oakwood Avenue has has gutters, and then I took pictures of all around that have
I saw it on First
gutters,
Street.
on Erie Street, Hamilton Street. When I was walking around, I was walking around, on Saturday. We were escorting Santa around the west end of Norristown, and I was, looking at, all the streets, there's building gutters and exterior gutters everywhere. I'm not asking for anything that's not.
On Linwood
prevalent.
Avenue, though, I didn't see it.
No, there was not on Linwood Avenue.
And it is sort of a fixture that, I think improves the appearance of your house.
Well, I personally think the exterior gutters improve the look of my house. That's my opinion. Because I've replaced, I don't know if you looked at the side of my house and the back of my house, they're all exterior gutters. I had them replaced years ago.
Yeah, we don't rule on,
Well, the side of the house also.
So did you speak to your contractors about the idea of repairing the box gutters?
His idea is just to line it with something, I forget what he said. I don't know if I can pull it up.
Like a vinyl or isn't there some kind of sheathing that can be put,
Yeah,
like they
but-
do for the waterproofing of a roof?
But there's rotted wood under there now. So, what he's proposing to do is just polishing it. It's not fixing the rotted wood under there.
I will say that sometimes people propose using EPDM for the lining, and that doesn't work so well either because organic materials like EPDM or vinyl have an even higher rate of thermal expansion than the metal, maybe 4 times or 6 times as high, and they also are not very strong. So that isn't really an option either, I don't think. I know that was proposed for me several times, and I rejected the idea because of that issue. So I know it is a problem. So you're not really planning to fix the rotted wood, just to leave it?
No, by ripping out the box gutters, we are fixing the rotted wood.
Oh, yeah, you would be removing the
Right.
box gutter, but you don't know what might be rotted underneath.
Well, when he pulls it out, we'll find out.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's that much, you know, he's looking to take, I think he said a foot off and then build it out to,
Well,
match.
the beam that supports the edge of the porch and all the roof rafters runs under there. So it isn't good if that rots. That would have to be, that's a big job too. So you're not a contractor yourself or a carpenter?
No.
Okay. How did you find that contractor?
He's a friend of a friend, but I've also visited him on, at some of the trade shows.
Okay. All righty. Well, I know it's an issue. That's all I can say. I know it's an issue on either side. It probably would affect the look of the house and its historicity, but it's also a hassle to maintain. I'll tell you what I'm planning to do on my house, if I can ever find a contractor or a carpenter who's up for it, and isn't afraid of the neighbors, which they are. I plan to replace it with stainless steel, which isn't very much more expensive. It's even as expensive as copper. Probably about the same as 24-ounce copper, maybe a little less. But a lot of people are freaked out by it because it's stiffer, it's harder to bend, they can't use the usual roofing brake, which is what they come equipped with. They would probably have to work with a specialty metal forming company, which means, you know, profit out the window, I guess. So that's an issue also. That's for a box cutter. But I can see why people might want to replace it with a K gutter. And several of my members have done so without benefit of permit, I'm afraid, in some cases. So, well, Olivia, what do you think?
I agree with you that I think it's an architectural asset to the block because the block does not have any exterior gutters on the outside. However, I understand the problems that he's having with the leaking. And if there was a material that, it sounds as though since the box itself is deteriorating as well as the top of the column, that it's going to have to remove, that it's not just a question of fixing the interior of the gutter, but also repairing the box that contains it. Am I correct in that assumption that that part is rotting?
I'm not sure what's rotting under there because it's, right now, the only thing I see rotting is the top of the pillar. The top, not the pillar itself, but the top.
The cap.
The cap of it, yes.
So that's called the capital. Is that, I presume it has a round part?
I'm not sure.
Usually it has a round molded part that goes right over the column. And then it has a square part that's called the abacus, which also may have a molding on it, on the edges. And the abacus might be one piece of wood, or it might be a square piece with moldings tacked on.
I know
In any
that
event, it
in
might-
one of our other applications that they were doing a roofing, and they were using a material for the side of the roof, for the water.
Using what? I'm sorry, what?
There's another application that was using a material for the roof, and I was wondering if that material could be used in place of the aluminum that's there currently in the copper gutter.
In tonight's applications?
Yeah, it's EDM,
Yeah,
it's listed
that's
as.
EPDM.
Yeah.
EPDM is a kind of rubbery material, which it's actually a plastic, but it has rubbery consistency. and you can buy it with an adhesive on the back, and it's just like peel and stick. But the problem is, it also, like all organic materials, has a high, or most of them, has a high coefficient of thermal expansion. And it also might be an issue with deterioration if it's exposed to ultraviolet light, which of course is what the sunlight is. So anything on the exterior might be an issue. It's frequently used as an underlayment for other roofing because it's rubbery. If you put a nail through it, it tends to seal the nail.
Well,
So that is
that's what he's gonna replace it with.
replace.
That's what he's gonna slap over well, not slap, but put over the aluminum gutter. Is this EDPM, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, EPDM.
And then he's going to cover it with something?
Install a fully adhered EPDM system to the gutter area. EPDM continued up and under the new shingles.
I see. So it would be exposed, I guess. Wherever it's exposed, it can be a problem. So, how wide is your house, do you know?
About, I believe the porch is 16 feet.
16 feet. So if you were to put a downspout in that middle column, that would be adequate to use a copper
But
line.
again, my neighbor's not gonna do anything with me, so you're asking me to foot the bill for that.
Well, I'm asking you, when I say the middle column, I mean the middle column in front of your house. So looking at your house, there's a shared column on the right. Is that correct? That's right.
No,
And
no, there's, the shared column's in the center, which is on the left.
it's on the left as you're coming out of the house or going in?
Oh, we're looking at the house.
So,
Bill, are you looking at the final page of the application?
no, I was looking at the previous page.
Now, look at the final page, because
Oh, I see.
that's his house, and those are his columns.
I see. So I see. Well, you know, what I would do is seal off your neighbor's gutter, box gutter, no matter what. Whether you build on a new box gutter or there should be an expansion joint there for both of you. And what I would do, and then I would put a gutter down in that middle, next to that middle column. I mean, a downspout near that middle column to drain it.
Don't you think that an extra gutter in the middle of the house would detract from the overall appearance because you're adding
An extra gutter or an extra downspout?
extra downspout? You're not,
Well-
if he did an exterior gutter system, he would not add a downspout in that area. Right?
No.
It would just be on the side.
I don't know where he was gonna put the downspout, in the same corner
Yeah,
or running around the corner to the end of the porch. I would assume he's gonna put it in the same spot there.
Yeah, I
so the
presume you
exterior
would too.
gutter would just
Right.
put that downspout in that same area, and then you're essentially blocking off the neighbor's box gutter, because you're gonna be diverting the water to the exterior gutter.
Correct.
So right now, the box gutter from your neighbors, it's all one open
It's
gutter.
one
So
gutter each
Bill,
way.
if he repaired the deteriorated wood in the box gutter, put the EPDM in there, and also just shut off his neighbors, so that it wasn't one continuous box gutter, that would prevent a lot of water from the neighbors coming into his gutter. And then maybe you could just have the one downspout near his column.
Well, the gutters, of course, have to be tilted toward the downspout, tilted down toward the downspout, because water runs downhill. And it would be better for everyone concerned, to put a break between the two houses. So It's probably the high point anyway. Maybe he was supposed to have a gutter at his corner as well. I mean, a downspout at his corner as well.
They do.
And, oh, he does. Okay. So that middle column between the houses is the high point. Well, that's good. So if you seal it off, there won't be any problem with water running either way, either from his to yours or from yours to his. So then you can just let him do whatever he wants. But and it'd be fairly easy to do that, or you could install an expansion joint there. I'm talking about as a box cutter. But 17 feet, maybe 18 feet with an extra foot for the gutter is really too far for the gutter, metal gutter lining to stretch. You know? It's, like I said, the limit is about 14 feet. So you could put another downspout next to on the other side of your sidewalk, next to the one that's there, just a few feet from it, 5 feet probably. Or you could put one, if you reconfigure the slope of the gutter, you could put one at the middle column between the two houses. So that could actually drain both. Then you'd have to have drainage on both sides.
But Bill, if each house has one downspout right now, and then he blocks off his neighbor's water flow, then don't you think he would be okay with the downspout that he has presently?
No, because 17 feet is too far for the lining, copper lining, of a box gutter. And I don't know, I'm really dubious about lining it with EPDM. Although, you know, the thing about EPDM is it's supposed to stretch. So when it gets cold, it's supposed to stretch instead of rip. And when it gets hot, it's supposed to compress a little. But it has such a high rate of thermal expansion. I think that's sort of dubious. I know it's frequently used in roofing, but I just think it's kind of dubious. I'm dubious about a lot of these modern organic materials, stick-on flashing, flashing for windows. It's just plastic sheet. These things don't hold up. Plastic doesn't last. Plastic is good for maybe 15 years. Look at the plastic in the dashboard of your automobile. It's good for 15 years and it starts to crack.
But Bill, how long do you think EPDM would last?
10 or 15 years.
Well, then in 10 or 15 years, whoever owns the house could put it back in, right? Put new EPDM.
Yeah, they could.
How long will an exterior gutter last? I mean, I've had exterior gutters on the side of my house for over 20 years now, and they've lasted 20 years.
Well, that's a good time. That's a good length of time.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the appearance of the house, so we're trying to keep the box gutter, and we're trying to give you ideas on how to do that.
My preference is to do away with the box gutters. That's my preference.
Yeah. Yeah, but as a preservation board, we have to look at the historic presentation of the building, and it always had a box gutter in it. It's probably, how old is your house?
Turn in 19th century.
1900s. So it's over 100 years old.
It's just as old as the house across the street from me that's not in the zone, that they can do whatever they want on.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I understand that, but my house is not historic. That house across the street is historic.
But we have to follow the guidelines that have been set up.
I understand that, but I'm not asking for anything that's not done within the borough, within houses that are similar to
We
mine.
understand it, but they may have been done before this ordinance came into effect.
But
So we have to follow the ordinance.
but exterior gutters are not something that wasn't around back then.
Well, that's true, but we have to follow the extent of the ordinance, which you're You're in the historic district,
So-
which is a good thing.
So, well, it's not a good thing for me,
I'm sorry to hear that.
because of this. So what you're telling me, so you're not going to approve me putting exterior gutters on?
I just
Well-
think it's gonna ruin the historic look of your house, and you have a very nice looking house, by the way.
Well, and I try to keep it
How long have
nice.
you lived there?
I've lived in the borough, and I'll still call it a borough, for 62 years. Okay? I'm looking to retire. I'm not looking to drop all this money into my house. I'm looking to make it appear nice. I'm looking to be able to retire and stay there. I'm not looking to drop, to put a copper gutter in there is probably $15,000.
Yeah, I'm not talking about a
Not for
copper
the
gutter
copper.
either.
Not for the copper. Well,
I was
I mean,
suggesting
copper is
you
what,
do
$2 a pound? 16-ounce copper is a pound
Bill,
per square foot.
I don't think he's considering copper.
Copper's out. It's either going to be an exterior gutter or the EPDM or EDPM. That's,
I think,
and,
Bill, that's a good compromise, is to shut off the neighbor's flow of water into his box gutter, repair the deteriorated wood, and then put the EPDM in.
Of course, you don't have your contractor there to ask him if he can do this.
I asked for another appraisal to do the EDPM, and he sent that, and he said he can do that.
Yeah, Bill, he already said that his contractor's gonna put
But
the EPDM.
that's not it's actually cheaper for him to do that, because he's not gonna be repairing any wood underneath. So I have no idea what wood is damaged underneath there. So he's gonna put the EDPM on there and be done with it, where,
So he's a roofer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Well, let me say
a
this
contractor.
That seems like a worthwhile compromise, because you're still maintaining the historic look of the house.
We're polishing the gutter, we're not fixing the gutter.
Let me say this about the gutters also. The truth is, not that many people look up at gutters when they see a house. The truth is, they don't notice whether it's a K gutter or a box gutter. Architects do, maybe contractors do, but I don't think most people do. So it may not be that really important what kind of gutter it is. I mean,
Well,
I'm going to do box gutters on my house, but
Bill, the gentleman here is willing to go along with us. Repair the wood, the box gutter.
You're gonna force me into doing that. I want to put the exterior gutters on. That's my preference,
And I
is to put the
understand.
exterior gutters on.
But we have to follow the ordinance. So, I think that's a good compromise.
Well-
He's not gonna put copper in, Bill.
all right. So, do you want to write a motion then, Gail?
Okay,
He needs to know his rights here.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
has the right to appeal.
yeah, we have to pass
If
the
we
motion.
deny it, he has the right to appeal to municipal council. I just need to make you aware of that.
Did you have any thoughts, George?
No, I'll just go along with what you guys think.
All right. It is a rather technical issue. All right, go ahead, Gail.
I would like to recommend to municipal council that a certificate of appropriateness be issued for 1230 Linwood Avenue's application with the following comments. Number one, he will remove the existing asphalt shingles on the porch and install new asphalt shingles. Number
Oh,
two.
wait, there's one other thing. Wood surfaces to be wrapped in metal, it says.
It's
On the
al- it's al-
application.
The wood box, the box gutter is also already capped.
What was gonna be wrapped in metal was, I guess, the new fascia board that he was gonna put on.
What
That's-
board?
It already has metal wrapping.
I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch. The what board is gonna be wrapped in metal?
Bill, the box gutter is already capped.
That's not really capping, that's lining. All right.
No, the exterior, the wood on the outside of it is capped.
Oh, it's already capped now.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay. Go ahead, Cal, sorry.
To the existing box gutter's deteriorated wood will be repaired. A break with the neighbor's gutter will be put in place. And the box gutter will be lined with EPDM.
I'm totally lost now. Well, okay, finish your motion, I'm sorry.
That's the motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it, George.
Okay. So I'll call the roll. Dale,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Olivia,
Yes,
Lynn.
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay.
I think he has the right to, he asked for one thing, we either deny it,
Yeah.
we don't rewrite it. We asked for hanging gutters.
That's what I'm saying. You rewrote my whole, the
So either
proposal.
we're accepting his application or we're not accepting the application. We're not telling him how to do the repair. And he has that right then to appeal that portion to municipal council then hang gutters.
Well, we are denying the outside gutter, but this is what we're proposing instead.
And I don't want to be smart. Are you a contractor? Okay.
Well, I'm not either.
Okay, are you a contractor?
No.
Are you a contractor? And Lynn's not a contractor. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, the motion passed with one abstention. So, I guess see what your contractor has to say. And,
But the motion says now I got to rip up the box gutter and replace all that wood.
yeah,
Only the part that needs,
That's not what the original proposal was that he was going to do. He was just going to reline it and be off and running.
well, if that's, he feels that he doesn't need to replace any of the wood.
Okay.
He can just reline it, and that's fine.
yeah, the only wood that you would be replacing would be the top of the pillar.
Okay.
well, what about the cornice board? Might not be. You don't really know until you tear things off to look. That's the issue.
Okay.
But
Can
if you
can
just
I have
wanna
your
fix
name,
it
your
up-
full name?
George
George?
Corcus. Korkus.
Gale, President. Preseneham. So if your contractor just wants to reline it with EPDM, feels that's fine.
Well, my contractor wanted to put exterior gutters, but that's been denied,
Right.
okay?
But if that's what he wants to do, just put EPDM in there, that's fine.
you're not giving him his choice to make an appeal.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so
Yes,
he has
that's
to declare,
understood.
he has to declare that tonight, to appeal that. So this motion's not gonna go through the council. He hasn't agreed to the motion. He's not agreed to do that work. The only thing he's agreed to do is the asphalt shingle.
So, Mr. Durante, do you think you want to appeal this to council?
Yes, I would like to, because this is not, what you guys in essence did with that motion is rewrite how I'm going to do my roof. You're telling me now, as non-contractors, how I have to repair my property.
Well, we said that you can repair your porch roof.
But that's not in the motion. The motion says.
Yes, it is. It is in
The motion, you said I gotta dam it, I gotta rip it up and
I know,
replace
I
the
said-
wood?
In the motion, I said remove existing asphalt shingles with new asphalt shingles.
Correct.
And then we talked about the box gutter. But, you know,
But in the box gutter,
but if you wanna leave your box gutter the way it is right now, that's up to you. But we're just saying that we as a board don't feel that you should put an exterior gutter.
but that's not what the motion said. The most, like Lynn said, it was either yes or no. And what you did was you rewrote it.
Well, I can just, I can rewrite the motion if you like, and saying that we're denying the exterior gutter, but you can decide what you want to do with your gutter. Box gutter.
I
If we
wanna,
deny the
Would you like that?
If we deny the application, will that affect the asphalt shingle part of it?
Well, I'm just saying, would that be, like, we're gonna, if we, in the motion, already approved the shingles on the roof. If we say we're denying the exterior gutter, but it's up to you how you want to repair the box gutter, would that be satisfactory?
no, it wouldn't be, I would still appeal it because I wanna put exterior gutters on my house. Who is on the other end of this phone? Who's
Bill,
the,
do you want to give him your?
Bill?
Yes,
What's your last name?
Ward.
As Bill said 10 minutes ago, people don't look up and say, oh, look at that box gutter. Oh, no, that's an exterior gutter. He said that more than 10 minutes ago. So it's, what like I said, what I'm doing, I'm not asking to paint my house purple polka dotted.
We have no jurisdiction over it.
Oh, well, I'm not asking to rip it down and put up a wood structure, okay? I'm asking, it's not uncommon through the borough to have exterior gutters. It's much better when it flows off the roof than the box gutters. Those box gutters overflow all the time. So it's a much better, it handles the water much better. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, it's a predominant architectural feature in Norristown, and certainly on this avenue, because there are no other outside gutters.
It's an architectural failure also.
Well, anything will fail,
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that.
but we're just trying to preserve the historic outlook of your street and of your house.
Well, Gail, do you want to rewrite the motion, just say deny the part about the box gutters?
I mean, would that make a difference if we?
Make a difference how?
Well, you would have the option to,
Repair the box gutter however you feel it should be.
deny the motion, then he has the option to appeal it to council. Council will vote however they vote.
Well, I think they can appeal
Yeah.
it no matter what.
You can issue a COA for his roof with the notation that any of the gutter box is not approved. Do not recommend approval, and he's going to appeal to council. That way he can move forward with getting his shingles done.
But that's not going to, I'm not going to replace the shingles without knowing if they're going to rip the box gutter off or not. I'm not going to do that because then they have to rip up part of the roof.
denied.
Yeah, and then you'd have to have the roofers come twice. It would be a hassle.
So the character defining feature of the box gutter has already been capped, which capping is not permitted, so you've already lost part of that feature on the building to begin with.
We're always hoping that someday somebody might take it off and repair it. So we can approve roofing, but deny the exterior gutter. If that's-
Again, that doesn't help me because I'm not going to do, yeah, I'm not going to replace the shingles because that's not feasible. That's not economical. It's not smart to do that.
What does the rest of the board think? Any thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts, really. I know he's really frustrated. This is the toughest one we've ever had right now.
Yeah,
since I've been
I'm
doing
very
it.
frustrated. I'm trying to make my house look nice. Does it look like, it was built in 1900? Maybe not, maybe so. I mean, there's aluminum siding or vinyl siding on the bay windows already. There's vinyl windows in the house that I had put in. So it's not, a turn of the century house.
Yeah. Well, you're allowed to put vinyl windows.
Well, but that's not, it's not the,
Not historical, you're right.
yeah, it's not historical. I don't know what, historical, a box gutter or a K gutter, as I believe they're called, I don't know what the difference is. I mean, like I said, they're both, they've both been used for over 100 years. Maybe the K gutters, not the square ones, maybe round. And if you wanted me to put round gutters in, I would put round gutters in. I don't care.
Well, round gutters would be more historical for sure. Box gutters were considered an upgrade over exterior round gutters. Well, actually, that sounds like a good compromise to me. What does the rest of the board think?
What was that compromise?
Do round gutters instead of K gutters.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
Work for you, round gutters?
I would have to see what my contractor had, what the cost of the raise is, but, I want exterior gutters. I don't want the building gutters. So if I gotta pay an extra $1,000 for the round gutters, will I be happy about it? No, I won't be happy about it, but I would do it.
Sounds as though we have done it before, there is precedent set. I would approve the use of the round.
George?
I would approve that, yes.
And I presume Linwood too.
Yes.
All right, let's have a motion on that then. What about you, Gail? I suppose you don't approve. No?
No.
Maybe we better have, so first, I think we need a motion to negate the previous motion, motion.
All right, I will move that we negate the previous motion. Do you want me to make a new motion?
Well, first, let's finish negating the previous one. So do I have a second?
Yes, I seconded George.
Okay, so all in favor? Olivia,
Yeah.
George,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Gail?
No.
Okay, so then I'll hear a motion about, replacing the gutters with round steel or whatever material he prefers, round gutters.
Well, I'll make the motion that we issue a certificate of appropriateness.
But don't forget the roof.
Me?
Don't forget the roofing
Yeah, I
material.
was just gonna say that. replace the shingles on the roof with new shingles and to install a round exterior gutter system on the front porch.
Okay, that's probably sufficient. Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, so the roll, Olivia,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes,
Gail.
No.
Okay, well, motion carries. So you're all, well, I shouldn't say you're all set. It still has to be approved by council. You don't have to attend. And otherwise, after the next council meeting, you can proceed with the buildings department. When is the next council meeting, Lynn?
my understanding, the 5th, January 5th.
The 5th, okay.
They do a reorganization.
Okay,
But I'll
so,
confirm that too.
And-
Usually they do the reorganization in first Tuesday, it's the 6th.
Yeah, they do the reorganization on Monday and then council on Tuesday.
I'll let you know, I have your phone number. It's either the 5th or the 6th.
Okay,
but
and
I
I
was
don't
told
have
the
to,
5th.
I don't have to,
No,
okay, and just so I understand this, if he comes back and says the round gutters are $15,000 added to it, I can go back and do just fix the box gutters then. Is that gonna be okay?
We prefer that.
Well,
in kind repair.
yeah,
yes.
yeah, oh, I understand that, but, you know, I
would prefer.
I understand that, but I bought this house in 1990, okay? I wasn't looking to stay for my entire life. I was looking to move out. Now that I'm close to retirement, I'm looking to stay. I want to stay. But when stuff like this happens, when I get what I feel like I'm being not treated well because of something that I want to make my house look nice, not like a sore thumb anywhere, it makes me want to just go home and slap a for sale sign and say, see you later. 62 years. My
I know a
uncle.
good realtor.
I'm sure you do. I know you. I know you know.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
know it. I've known you from a long time.
Yeah.
I
Right?
understand
Yeah.
what you're saying, Mr. Allen, we did offer a less expensive. And I understand that you're really set.
Yeah.
The more historic look of the gutters.
Yeah, like I said, my uncle sat on this council for many years. He was a tax collector here, and so it was. I wanted to stay. Everybody bailed out of this town. They said this godforsaken town. I said I'm staying. So
Okay, so you're basically all set.
Some of the last of the Mohicans.
62 years here. So born and raised. And I don't.
But if you find a round gutter to be too expensive, you can always just do it there on the box gutter.
Okay, I'll talk to my contractor tomorrow then.
All right,
Okay, thank you.
have a great night.
Okay, good night. Okay, you're gonna get the code numbers. And I guess we can call up the next applicant, 513 Swede Street.
That would be architecture. They've been.
Just say your application was very good.
I took no credit for that. That's all
I
my.
think your architect did it.
It's the borough,
Facade
street
program.
facade
I know
program.
that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very, it's a very good application.
Yeah.
It's very complete.
So we're done?
Amy?
Yes.
Hey, how are you? We're sitting on the
I'm good, how
table
are you?
with council.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me by phone today.
Oh, you're welcome. You're the architect, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Amy Beatty with Landmarks.
No, you're the owner, is that right?
That's correct.
You want to explain your project a little bit?
Yes. So the project is part of the Norristown Historic Facade Program. So we're doing some exterior work on the front facade along Swede Street. And then there's also a side bay window that projects that you can see a little bit from Swede Street that we also are going to propose some work on. So as you see on the front page of the project introduction, the current configuration of the front facade is that there's 3 bays with 9 total windows on that front face. I discovered a photo from about the 1960s that shows that the first floor had a different configuration at the first floor, where it appears that there was an entry door and a larger central window. So the first floor has been modified over time. So I provided both of those in the application package. Our scope of work, if we turn to the Swede Street elevation sheet, where there's a large photo of the front elevation, this is where we're calling out a majority of the work. So that first floor, as we know from that 1960s photo, those are not original windows. They are replacement windows that are consistent for the most part with the original windows that we see on the 2nd and the 3rd floor. Overall, we're proposing to refurbish the existing 2nd and 3rd floor wood windows. There's a range of condition that are, there's photos included in the rest of the package that show the detail of the sill and the jamb and the deterioration of the wood overall with those 2nd and 3rd floor windows. So we're calling for the repair to restabilize those. We're going to retain the existing glazing, but provide, keep the original glass, but have a new ceiling bead around and make sure that the windows are in sound condition. On the first floor, the windows themselves appear to be in pretty good shape, but some of the sills have some deterioration and the exterior frame has some rot as well, so we will refurbish those. So stabilize it, scrape any loose paint that's on any of these windows, restabilize them and repaint all the wood elements, a kind of creamy white color that we see on the Swede Street elevation sheet, like snow. So overall, our intent is to, keep the windows, retain all the original material where we can. If there is any replacement of elements needed, the replacement would match the existing in profile, dimension, and all of that. Additionally, there's a wood cornice, wood shutters on the 2nd and 3rd floor, and that projecting wood window on the side. So, and a similar strategy here is we want to, retain all the original materials where we can, stabilize any pieces that, are falling apart. We see some shutters that might need to be rebuilt. But we want to, refurbish all of these wood elements to sound condition, repair them as needed, match what's there, and paint everything this white snow shade of white. That would also apply to the sign band between the 1st and the 2nd floor. And overall, that was the scope there. There is an item, so on this main elevation here, we see in the top right corner, there's a window on the 3rd floor that has an air conditioning unit in here. It appears that this window might have been, a newer window to accommodate, well, not newer, but a non-original window that was built sympathetic to the configuration of the other windows. But we see it's just a fixed 2-pane window, whereas the other windows are 2/2. So for consideration, we have 3 options. This is towards the end of the packet.
Okay.
Right before the drawn details. We have an interior shot of what this window looks like for a little bit more of a close-up. So, since this project is, to be put out to bid. We want to get pricing for these options, but we also wanted HARB's input. So our first option is to retain it as it is. The owner would likely, remove the existing air conditioning unit and then possibly replace it with a newer one in the future. So we could keep it as it is and, do the same refurbishing strategies that we're doing on the other windows. But alternatively, we're considering a replacement window that is more consistent with the configuration of the other original windows at 2/2 style. So option 2 would be a wood replacement window to match the other third floor windows. And the third option would be an aluminum clad wood window to also match as closely as possible to the other ones. We would. Yes?
So would the second option be a custom window, I guess?
Yes.
That might be expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what was the third option? To aluminum clad?
Yeah,
replacement
aluminum
window?
clad wood.
That would be probably even more expensive. I don't know. Well, what kind of shape are the windows in now?
There's some deterioration of the glazing bead at the perimeter of the glass. Some of the wood has a lot of dry rot that could be restabilized. But overall, this particular window is not in dramatically better or worse shape than the other windows on the second and third floor.
Okay.
So
the three options is that just for that one upper right window?
correct.
Or for all of them?
Yeah, we're proposing
Okay.
to retain all other windows and repair them as needed.
Okay. All righty. Well, option 2 looks good, if somewhat expensive, but it'd just be the one window. So that's not maybe too bad. It's a very good application.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was commenting on that as well. Would the window with the air conditioning, would that unit be removed completely and you'd be using alternative unit for air conditioning? Is an internal?
Yeah, so when I talked with Wayne, we talked about having this window as an opportunity to continue to use an air conditioner there. So I don't know if there would be an immediate change on this to remove that air conditioner and put in a new air conditioning unit. But in all of these options, a window unit could be accommodated.
You're not then planning on central air?
Does it not have central?
So it does not have censure up there at the current time.
And you're not planning on, okay.
So to answer that question, I would more lean towards a split system, mini split is what they call it, only because of the fact of how this building is currently. It doesn't really facilitate an easy retrofit to ductwork.
If you did splits, would you be putting the outside units on the side of the building, not in front?
I would not touch, no, it just wouldn't look right to go do it in the front. Yeah, so so if you see the bay window, there is a little alleyway that's over there. I don't necessarily know, and probably this is the reason why I'm sitting here. I want to know what are, the committee's viewpoint or view in making sure that we can modernize such a building with such modern conveniences,
We have control, we have say over the front facade of the building, but not the side or anything that cannot be seen from the street.
Okay, so,
So as long as the alley in the back is really an alley and not a street.
oh, it's an alley, there's no, it's a lot. If it's a street, nobody's going through that anytime soon. I've had trespassers that has broken into that gate in that alley, which is why, it's definitely not a street in which public access is available. So I'm glad Amy brought this up because about how it used to be this building, one of the things that I'm concerned about is this entire building by itself does not have an entryway. So, one of the things that I would love to do is actually have a door to that building. And, you know, the question is, does the alleyway necessitate a way of entering and exiting because of the fact that it's an alleyway right now? And that's the only way of getting in and out of the building other than, you know, opening a front door that you see from before.
Well, Lynn, don't you need an egress and ingress?
But there's an ingress and egress in the alleyway. That's the way it is now.
I'm familiar with the building
Yes, you are.
as all being open all the way
Inside.
across.
That's correct.
So they sold off the parcels.
What do you mean?
That main door, you could go into both sides.
This door, you can go into
Yeah.
both sides.
You
That acted
can.
as one building, so
So,
they
so now,
separate these
can you, is
buildings?
there a picture of all three buildings together? And I could probably explain that easier to you guys.
So it's,
It's a very sharp angle, but on the streetscape, context images.
No, that's not it. I'm here.
Like I said, it's a sharp angle, but you can kind of see them there. And on the first page of the application from that older image, you see some of the two buildings that are adjacent.
so the building is now gonna be two buildings, not just one?
I'm sorry?
The building's gonna be two buildings, not just one.
There's three buildings there in total, but the only one we're talking about is just the one building that Amy's helping me out on. But I think she was saying that there was a door at one time.
In a
on-
1960 photograph, I believe she said.
Yeah,
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, on the
Right here.
first page.
This is the one she was talking about right here.
White building.
So that's white
your
building.
building.
yes.
But
and then
that's the
there-
1960.
Yeah, so there was a door right here,
Yeah.
is where you're seeing it. So there is no door now.
Right.
So Lynn was saying that there was there is
That
an
was one
entrance.
big
Right, so I'm getting
abstract
to you.
company there, yeah.
So there's that door that's right next to it.
Yeah.
So my biggest issue is that, you know, yes, the answer is you can enter through this door and get to this building. But I would prefer this building to have its own door, just like it was back in 1960.
Well, you'd have to come back with another app.
Right. Well, that's what I was basically, you know, here kind of seeing the opinion on the architectural or the historic district would be. If I reverted back to something like this, would that necessitate an issue?
Well, you have a picture of the door as it was.
Yeah.
I think probably we would approve it if the door were something like the original.
Well, you'd have to present us with what you would like to do.
So you're gonna take out this window and put a doorway in there?
Yeah, just basically look like one of the.
But probably,
I don't want to overcomplicate it. I know we're here
I
only
think,
for.
the door is right next to this door. That's the way it would probably have been. If you look at this photograph, you see this red line, and it's right next, the door is right next to the other building.
Right, they took these windows out,
Yeah, and this
put
is,
three windows across and.
there's the red line right there. So usually that's what, if you go down Sweet Street, you'll see this.
Doors are close to each other.
They're close to each other. They're like abutting each other. And probably the original door, if you went to the Historical Society, they might have a photograph of the original steps, because on Sweet Street, I was able to, remember where the legal aid building is? I was able to find like an 18 photograph of the original door. So I imagine that this door looks similar to your neighbor's steps and doors, which are marble steps.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it now. It might look better the way it is now. I'm just kind of like, it's quite inconvenient, I would say, personally, not having an entrance to it.
How do you get in from the back? Is that what you're saying?
How do I get in now?
How do you get it? You're the owner, right?
I'll be very honest. I don't think anybody gets in from the front door anymore on these buildings because everybody parks in the back and the entrance is from the back. But that's just a whole nother discussion right there.
What is the building gonna be used for?
So the long-term vision of that building is to make it a wellness center, more or less similar to work, play, and sleep kind of thing. Is ideally where I envision it. You know, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with WeWorks back in the days. It was my original plan, and then of course COVID hit, and that got thrown out the window. Of course, it just doesn't facilitate for something like that anymore. I don't think it necessarily nomads are looking for something like that, or digital workers. So now I'm seeing it as more of a similar to my other properties that I have, which is hospitality. Somebody that comes in that's looking for a place to do cold plunges, place to do saunas, a gym, and also be able to stay there, and also kind of have a restaurant in there as well. So kind of like an all-inclusive wellness center is ideally what I would like to put.
You know what I would suggest you do?
Yeah.
Is look in, there's probably a crawl space under the roof. Not really an attic, but a little 2-foot high space.
There is.
Look in there and see if you see the original door.
Okay, I could do that. I highly doubt it. I've been up that crawl space. I don't really think necessarily it's not as accessible as you might think it is. There is a crawl space, and I know Lynn knows about this, is that there is in one of the buildings like a kind of like a storage room, and it's not in there. And that's where I would think that they would have put it because it's just a lot more easier to access.
When I bought my house, I bought it and then I moved in and I was there about a month or so. And then I decided to go into the attic, and all the original shutters were in the attic, and there was also interior shutters in the attic. So you never know what you're going to find up there.
Yeah, the problem is, like you see over here, you might have it, but it's probably not in a shape that could probably be used. Yeah, it's just.
But these shutters are in perfect shape.
Oh, you lucked out.
Yeah,
Look at you. Yeah. Did you end up installing them?
No, they're still up there.
Okay.
They're still in perfect shape.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to, as you can see, like have everything. Even these three buildings don't have the same color, and it's not really unison and such. But
Do you own the three buildings?
I do, and the parking lots in the back as well.
So you own the red brick building also?
I do not. That's a separate. That's not connected to me. The alleyway is what we're talking about. Do I own the alleyway? Or I guess I do, because I'm the only one that has access to
Well, if
it.
it's a true alleyway, it's owned by the borough.
So you're
sometimes
saying this
alleyways are
house
owned.
and this house and this house? Is that what you're saying?
So it's like this one,
He has the picture up. It's this one, and that one. Yeah. So which
Does this end house have a door that goes in?
I'm sorry. The end one does. Yes.
Does this one have?
It does.
It has a door. Okay.
Yeah. If you, I guess it doesn't have it. You can't see it.
Yeah, I can see a little bit.
Yeah. That's probably the only one that people are likely using. Because that's a small.
Are you using the other one next to you?
I don't not really. That's so I would let me think.
it's not a law office anymore.
It's not an office right now anymore. Yes. So it used to be a title company. How are you doing, Lynn? It's been a minute. I know I know this face and I know this name, so it's been a minute. Yes. Yeah. Hope you are well.
So, getting back to our application,
Yes.
did you want us to decide on which of the three options to go with?
Do you decide? I think it's basically they're, in my perspective, I think they're all gonna basically look the same. It's just material, right? I think it's all, Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, it just comes down to a matter of what the cost would be, right?
What I I'd like to ask is if the board can approve like the option, like all of the options, and then like, or if there's any objection to any of them. If the board is okay with all three options, we would like to include that in our bidding, so that we can get pricing to see what the financial approach would be. So we just wanted to make sure that all options were okay with the HARB first.
I mean, I have a question too, Amy, just for like the reason why I said I want to be part of this process, because I'm only fortunate enough and lucky enough to have Amy for the one building. So for the other two buildings, I'm like, well, if I'm keeping everything kind of status quo, do I have to come back over here and talk to you guys about some of the things and options that we have? Because like we're talking about here is to refurbish something or to, paint it of the same kind. Do we need to come in front of the board for
Well,
stuff?
maybe we can write the motion so that you don't.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, Gail?
are we including the other two buildings?
We're just talking about this
We're
building.
just talking about the one
I
building.
think you need to talk to planning department and their funding and how they,
Well, they wouldn't do that. That would
Operate
be
with-
something that would be all me.
it's not gonna be part of,
They won't touch it because
Yeah.
it's only, like I said, I only have
'cause they have
fortunate enough to have
guidelines.
So
Amy.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be doing, you would not be using the historic facade grants for the other two buildings, just the one.
Not that I will not be willing. It's that it's not available to me. They won't give it to me. It's a whole nother, like, I'm only allowed to use Amy for this building. And which is why I am in front of you guys now to kind of understand more or less, what I am able to operate within my confines.
So the facade grant is for all the things that you proposed in your application, right?
This
Just the one building, that's correct.
the one.
Correct.
So if that's the case, then I think that option 2 would be the best option for this.
Well, I think we can let them decide.
Yeah, I think
They
it's
wanna check.
reasonable to approve all three options.
Yeah, I agree, yeah, on my
They want
side.
to price it out. I think we can let them decide. They're right. It will probably look the same.
They're identical. I mean, basically, if you really look at it, I don't, Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's just basically they're just the composition of how they're made, yeah.
Right, they're very similar. The current window, like it's a 2-pane, more of a fixed dash, whereas the other windows are 2/2. So the window, that one sash is objectively larger than the other ones, but they're compatible, but it is different. So, it's either we keep it the same as it is and refurbish it, in place just like the other ones, or do a replacement window of two options of materials that are consistent with the other existing windows.
I think that's all right.
Just so you realize that with the option 1, they have plywood where the air conditioner is.
Correct, yeah.
And so it's not an entire window, it's just one window pane.
Which is how it is now.
Right.
Right.
So from my standpoint, I would think that maybe we eliminate option 1 and we do option 2 or 3.
I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying let's keep because option 1 is currently the same as what it is currently now. So I'm not differing. I just want to make sure that I have the option to be like, well, what makes the most sense? Replace in like kind or upgrade. And to tell you the truth, I really want to have the budget available to do all the stuff that could be done, because I don't think necessarily that and Amy told me this from the beginning, there's only so much money that the grant's giving me, and I gotta maximize the most of it. Even like the side, which is what we were talking about on part of her scope, might not necessarily even touch that based on the budget. So I want to be able to maximize my budget as much as possible to what
So
can
they
be
just
done.
give you a certain amount.
A very small amount, yeah. So like,
Maybe we could,
And then you have to put in
maybe
your
we
own.
could
of course,
accept option 1.
it's my building.
Okay.
Hello, maybe we could accept option 1 with glass instead of plywood.
I don't think that would hold very well, to tell you the truth. Like glass to hold the air conditioners. I haven't heard that before.
There must be wood around the edge. There must be wood where the
There is
conditioner
wood
was.
kind of infilled on either side of that current air conditioning unit. So the idea with option 1 is that the current window is maintained and fixed up, And then there would be a replacement, you know, if there's that newer air conditioning unit that's needed, that would be installed in place there. But if we would do a replacement window, the replacement window would not be the current configuration. A new window would match the other windows
Yeah, I
on the
understand.
building and be that 2/2 configuration.
Okay.
Yeah, we just, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amy, I think we just want the flexibility to be able to make it, everything look the same, if not better, you know? That's all we're
Right.
asking for.
Or like if the pricing for everything comes above Wayne's budget, and that option one is kind of a backup to ensure that, you know, all of the windows can be addressed to be in sound condition if the money's not there to replace that one window.
Well, how about if we give you all three options, but the board would prefer option 2?
Well, sure. At this point, I just want to make sure that we have good windows, you know, that's really what I want to do, yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just trying to, you know, yeah, get things done.
Were there any other issues?
No?
No?
Thank you,
Are you
Amy.
ready? Are you ready, Gail?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a motion.
I would like to recommend to municipal council that a certificate of appropriateness be issued for 513 Swede Street's application with following comments. All deteriorated wood elements will either have a Dutchman repair or replaced in kind. With wood match existing wood. Two, existing wood windows, jambs, sills, shutters, signboard,
Is the signboard staying?
Removed.
The sign man is remaining, the word Robert will be removed.
yeah, that's right. the signboard
It's just
stay.
repaired, yeah.
Signboard.
Cornice and side bay window to remain or be repaired / refurbished to match existing wood. All wood elements scraped of loose paint, painted, and existing stone lintel to remain. Third floor window with air conditioning unit. May have option 1, option 2, and option 3 as presented in application,
Option 2.
with option
Is that the best option as well, Amy? Option 2? If we don't use the plywood? I don't even know.
I mean, what was the first part of your question, Wayne?
Is that our preferred option 2 if we're not using the plywood? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So are you done,
I have one more thing. all interior and exterior frame, trim, molding, wood meeting rails, wood muttons, and wood rails will be restored. That's the motion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have a second?
Second. Second.
Okay, I'll call the roll. Gail,
Yes.
Olivia,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Lynn? Okay, approved, very good. So Amy, where are you? You're in what, Boston?
Right now I'm in Pittsburgh.
Okay. So you're on a speakerphone?
Yes.
This worked out pretty well, I have to say. Okay, good. Okay,
Great,
thank you very much. Have a nice holiday.
Thank you all.
Stay
A
dry.
pleasure to meet you all.
Yes. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, you're gonna get the numbers?
I'm gonna get the standards.
Yep.
3110 F
Good night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
517 George Street is next. The applicant there?
Yes, give me a moment.
Would you be able to tell us what you're proposing in the project?
So we are proposing to re-side the back of the home. So removing the asbestos on the home and replacing with vinyl siding. Capping some of the windows, capping a door.
This is all in the back of the house?
Correct.
Is there a street back there?
No, it's like an alleyway.
You're not doing anything to the front of the house?
No, the front's stone.
That's where I got lost in the application. Because everything, they were showing it to the rear, but then when you get into capping, it said 17 windows. So does that mean 17 windows, front, side, and rear?
Okay, so it's capping all the windows on the home then.
Yeah.
So the only
So that's
front
why
is,
you had to come
so
to
the front is
rear.
capping the windows, yep,
Yeah.
okay.
Here it is on the last page. That's where I couldn't get a clear answer from this San Francisco. Permit person. So I couldn't get,
Yeah, I understand.
so they had a permit tech, California, that was putting through this application. And finally, they said they couldn't come. And get the contractor to come, and the contractor, so.
Here we are.
But have you seen what they put through to us?
Yes, that's a copy of what I have, yeah.
Okay.
just want to see
And
the
this is,
count the
was the
windows.
capping of all the windows.
So, I'm a little unclear about the ordinance regarding capping. Does it prohibit capping altogether, or only in the front where it might show from the street?
Just street view.
Just street view? Yeah. So, well, capping is probably not a great idea from a structural standpoint. You know, it doesn't really help with the wood. And when you cap it, you don't know what's going on underneath. You could have a colony of meerkats living in there. I don't know. So, is there anything on the front of this building then? For us to what is it?
Yeah, he's proposing to cap the windows in the front of the house, as well as
Oh,
the
yes.
other windows in the back.
Okay.
Other windows on the side too.
It's
So
just the
our ordinance
left side.
prohibits capping on the front. So, I guess as far as that goes, you know, that's not really negotiable. That's what the ordinance says explicitly.
Fascia?
And it would include the
Replace the
fascia.
bad wood, but are you gonna cap then the fascia too?
Yeah, so install vinyl coated aluminum fascia.
So all,
So it's
all
going,
around the building,
no, just the back.
just the back?
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
61 linear feet.
Okay, so that's just for the back.
Okay. So I guess that seems fairly straightforward, no?
Just the capping of those front windows.
So they're like 5 windows in front.
It's loading.
And the transom, you're not touching the
No,
transom.
just
or
the
anything.
windows.
Right.
You're not capping the door at all.
Correct.
Even though they have a check mark there.
I think the windows are recapped, or not?
I wasn't sure it was front, back. This is to the back, but 17 windows is,
Yeah, the door's on the back door.
yeah.
Okay.
Do AZAC instead of metal.
Cheaper just to paint and scrape.
Just, yeah, that would be the other. Here's a
You
good
paint
picture
and
of,
scrape the ones.
We don't do that, so we can just leave them uncapped and do the rest.
I'm sorry, what?
The company I work for, we don't paint and scrape, we just like cap it, so we can just leave them uncapped and do the other.
Yeah, I'm
windows.
saying capping is prohibited in the front. Period.
Okay.
and how many window openings? At the side.
Very small. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or,
Five.
and then
Five.
You're not proposing to cap the door,
Correct.
you just
Remove,
leave those.
remove
for
5
paint and
windows.
scrape.
And are you also taking off the asbestos? And you're proposing to put on vinyl? Oh, it's not on the side,
Nope, this is all, it's just this back area.
on the back area. So this side area, this is a picture I took of the side, is that, what is that?
It's aluminum.
That's aluminum, so it's already there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not proposing to do anything?
Yeah, we just wanted the back redone for energy efficiency.
And you do environmental removal of the asbestos.
It's full like hazmats and tape and the whole big thing. Neighbors are gonna wonder what's going on.
Or something? So in the front, then, it would just be the 4 windows, of 2 on the first.
So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, so they would all remain, no capping on those. I think, I can make a motion, Bill.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to recommend to municipal council that a certificate of appropriateness be issued for 517 George Street's application with the following comments. That the 2 windows on the first floor at the front of the building, 2 windows on the second floor of the front of the building, the dormer on the front of the building will not be capped. But that the windows may be repaired, scraped.
You're not replacing any windows, right? No. Not doing windows.
Is that it?
It's revised to the window trim, not the windows, window trim.
That's the motion, Bill.
Okay. So do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, I'll call the roll. Gail?
Yes.
Olivia?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Yes.
Lynn? Okay, motion carries. So what do we say, council would look at this, the 5th, was it?
Fifth or sixth,
And-
I haven't,
6th. So after that, you can stop by and get any required permits, and pay any fees, et cetera, so they can get moving.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Sorry, thanks for your
Yeah,
patience.
have a good holiday.
Bye-bye.
you know,
So, 3110F. Five. I'm sorry, 3, 5. Okay, Bill.
All righty. And our final application here is 345 West Marshall Street. Is he there?
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Okay. Sign in, take a seat.
You want to explain a little bit what you want to do with your building?
Oh, the only thing that I want to do is just, the roof is very old, just to put, just put a new roof in there, and then repair the gutter, that's it. The gutter is, during that big snowstorm, all the snowstorm gonna push it down, so, yeah. But any other than that,
Are you doing anything with like the cornice up here or that window on the, looks like the 3rd floor?
no, we're not gonna touch any
You're
of
not going
that.
to touch any of that?
No, no.
so in the contract, it has aluminum capping.
It's right now, it's aluminum capping, and I think it's a little piece, it's blew up, so I tell him why he had the ladder up there, just like stabilize that for me in case that fall out, hit somebody.
So no camping is allowed on the street side where it'll be seen.
It's on the corner.
Corner property.
So it's two streets.
So this doesn't have capping now, right?
Okay, let me put pad up. I had a phone in there. Pat, I'm running the meeting right now. The board might have a couple questions for you, so you stand by, okay?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, you can leave. You can stay on the line.
okay, stay on the line, okay?
You got it, buddy.
All right.
So, in your application, I believe the side cornice and looks like maybe the third floor window, you're not planning on capping those, right?
No, just like, caulk and so forth, just to make sure they're okay. Preventative maintenance.
And so you'll repair and scrape and paint those areas?
Yeah, anywhere that needs it, yes. I mean, it's not, we're just doing preventative maintenance. I guess he had a previous week, so he asked while we're there, can we just check it out? And, yeah, whatever it needs. No repair, or no replacements.
Okay. And the other one is like on the second floor and the third floor, are they already capped?
That I am unsure, I can't give you.
No,
that
that's
answer.
all right, Captain.
Oh, okay.
It's been there.
Yeah, all the window work is just basically gonna be just preventative maintenance if needed, yeah.
It has an AZAC piece in the application.
Yes.
Is that an option?
I mean, all the other ones around there and that one, I thought it's best to replace with what you have. That would be easier for us, and I think it would look the best. However, it was suggested by the person at the permit office that we should use AZAC.
That would be an option.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that they were gonna replace.
We would
There's
prefer
some
to use wood,
sections
wooden
of
cap.
the roof line that aren't capped.
That was on the side, right?
Yeah. Moved and replaced. There it is, right there. Wood fascias to be removed and kept in. It's like, on the building.
It
There's
just,
a lot
it's
going
just right on the corner. Actually, it's not really capping. It's like, there's a lot of, you see a lot of drain spout that come down here. And I had some issue with that. This is, the way they tied it up, didn't tie it up right. So when all the water's gotten down here, it's go to the window, and then I had some water coming inside, through the window. So I actually more like secured it for me, and then adjust the drain spout so everything don't gather all at the same spot.
But was it already capped?
It's all right capped.
It's already capped with
It is. Yeah, all the buildings, everything's all capped there. Over time, it's so old, strong wind, this nail got loose or something. So when he get up there, I just tell him, if you can, just like put a few nail or screw, just try to secure it.
Can I ask just a simple question? I'm sorry to bother you guys.
Go ahead.
Is it okay to, on the pieces of wood on the side, the face of
On
wood?
the speaker, let me
Is it
make
okay
it
to
out.
replace them and then just cap them with the same color aluminum? Or is that not suggested? Because it's harder to use AZAC on that front part at the very top. Aesthetically, I think it would look better if we just or to replace it with what it has now and cap it in white aluminum.
Okay, can you ask your question again, because we didn't hear, we were turning up your phone. So
No, you're good, sorry. I'm trying not to wake my son. Is the fascia board on the front building at the very top, we were suggested to use AZAC. Is that something that is now new that you're telling everybody to use, or can we still replace the wood and then cap it in white aluminum as it is now?
You can use wood, but you can't cap it.
What was that?
You can use wood, but you cannot cap it.
Oh, okay. So what do you suggest? Like painting it, priming it, and then painting it white?
Yeah, paint it.
Yeah, you're talking about the cornice on the side of the building where that third floor window is that correct?
The trough gutter that at the very top, they have a board and it goes up under the trough gutter, and so that would be the front of the building, I guess, where the intersection is.
Oh, you're talking about the building the side that faces Marshall Street.
You got it. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
So that's already capped, right?
It is all right cap.
So you would be, I mean, we would be okay if you want to take the old capping off, repair the wood, and then recap it. Is that what you're asking?
You got it. So when we remove that trough gutter, most likely that's going to get damaged. So I was just going to, at that point, I would just replace the boards for Sam and then just cap them and with new, fresh white aluminum. I just wanted to make sure for that part, would that be okay? We prefer to rather than using AZAC because it's just going to be too hard to make that kind of little bend there to look the same as it was.
Yeah, I think the board would be all right with that.
I'm okay with that.
That would be nice.
Well, thank you guys.
Yes.
I'll do the rest
It's
in
all right
AZAC,
with
but
anybody.
thank you. What was that question again? I'm sorry.
I was asking the board a question.
Oh, sorry.
So is that
It's,
considered capped?
it's already capped, it's basically it's a repair.
Yeah, the capping is going to get ruined when we take out the trough gutter because they went up under the trough gutter. So I'm just, but not only that, he could use new capping up there aesthetically. So, I mean, we're up there. You might as well just go and pay the extra money. Sam knows that. I taught him.
Yeah, I think the board got a little bit confused because in your application you have the PVC AZAC
Well,
page
the
there.
late, yes, I know, you're right. So when I originally submitted this to the codes, the lady there had suggested to me that we should use AZAC and not capping. So I changed it for her. That was why. I originally had aluminum. I don't remember her
No, the
name.
board's fine with what you're proposing.
All right, thank you very much.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I think the board is also.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you, guys.
De minimis. It's such a small section.
Yes. It's just a tiny little bit, that part I saw. Everything's still going to be the same.
What color shingle are you doing?
It's going to be same color then.
Like a brown?
Yeah, it's like the tinted brown. That's what they have.
Are you putting, when you're doing your roof, are you putting EPDM first?
Yeah, we're doing an EPDM trough gutter, correct? Yep.
Okay, and then you're putting the asphalt shingles on top of that, is that correct?
Yes, and then, so the rest of the roof will get asphalt shingles. I'm just replacing that flat gutter part in the front section, exactly what they have now.
That's on the first floor?
That's the third floor.
Okay,
Yep,
third floor.
at the very top.
So my only issue is that on the side that you're gonna leave the fascia, you're just gonna repair, scrape, and paint the cornice and the third floor door, the third floor window on the, is that George Street or is that
That's Astor Street.
Astor Street?
Yeah,
Okay.
we check it out. If necessary, we'll do it. But
Okay.
it doesn't seem like we need to be done.
Yeah, because we, if it's not capped, we don't allow capping of it.
Oh, okay, it's not, that window is not capped. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that window is not capped though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we would just say
Yeah.
repair, scrape, and
Okay.
Okay.
So
There's a lot of moving parts to this one. I apologize. Hopefully my illustrations help.
It was a big-
are you ready, Gail?
I think so.
Go ahead then.
I would like to recommend to municipal council that a certificate of appropriateness be issued for 345 West Marshall Street's application with the following comments. The existing asphalt shingles will be replaced with new asphalt shingles and with a EPDM underlayer. Shingles will be of a brown color. To the existing gutters to be replaced with new gutters.
Yes.
Old downspouts to be replaced with aluminum, rust-free, baked-on downspouts.
I believe so, yes. Pat, you still there, Pat?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
everything he's saying is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.